Hello and welcome to GPVWC Super Cup. I'm Dan Blake, commentating, and the car's now just leaving the track for qualifying for round 7 of the championship. Going into this race, we're here at Valencia on the street circuit. It hosted Formula 1 between 2008 and 2012. It's 3.36 miles, 5.41 kilometers, and we're here today for two 14-lap races in the GPVWC Super Cup. Going into this 7th round of the season, we have had 3 different winners. So will we have a new winner is the question this time. We got the currently driver that's leading the championship is, I don't believe I can actually see him on track at the moment. He was, I think, Muscat. Jason Muscat is not currently in the session, I don't believe. I can't see him unless my eyes are failing me, but I don't see him here. Second place in the championship is Dino. Or am I looking at the wrong standings? I may actually be looking at the wrong standings here, which would be a bit embarrassing because I can't see any of the drivers actually that are on my list. So that's a good start. But yeah, so here we are then for GPVWC at Valencia. Cars currently qualifying a 15-minute session. So we have got Johan Lindberg on track at the moment. As we got full grid of cars. Let's have a look now and have a look at the championship standings for the right series, as I believe I actually am looking at the wrong one. Formula Challenge this is, yeah, so I have apologies for that one. So Formula Challenge, this is the 7th round of Formula Challenge. That's better. Maciej Milek is the driver who currently leads the championship on 92 points. Roy Schroten second on 85. Mike Quint third on 70. Patrick Gerber fourth in the championship on 56. David Junt is 5th on 57. Menno Klont 6th on 50. And Philip Koenig on 45. As far as the team championship goes, Scuderia Basilea 162 points. They have a massive lead over TH Underdog, who were tied for 2nd, with Basilevik Grand Prix, Stax Racing in 4th, YTF1 5th, and EJ Engineering in 6th place. So the second race of the meeting at China and Shanghai was won by Liam Duval, with Patrick Gerber in 2nd and Chris Shepherd in 3rd. Have a look now at the championship standings for the Formula Challenge cars. See what's been going on, who's been doing all the winning in this one. But cars now just on their starting their first flying laps for the qualifying session. Got 15 minutes of qualifying, which we are undertaking. As I say before, the Valencia, this was a Formula 1 circuit between 2008 and 2012. Some big moments here, including Mark Webber going airborne. I remember that one. That was as they came down towards turn 12, a very long straight. And I think this Valencia track, we'll see the drivers tested. There's all sorts of different combinations. You've got some slow corners, some fast corners. But that run down from turn 10 to turn 12 as well, I think we'll see quite a bit of overtaking and jostling as the first few times now start to come on board. Liam Duval currently has pole position at 149.770, and our championship leader, Maciej Milek, is 2nd with a 150.1, just under 4 tenths of a second off. Chris Shepherd is in 3rd, Matthew Marquardt in 4th, Terence Gresh 5th, but that is obviously going to change as we go through the session now. Also, I saw on the entry list, the commentator extraordinaire Jake Sanson having a go in the downforce car. So Jake Sanson having a go in the Formula Challenge race here. Jake Sanson's currently 16th for 201.742 for Jake. Currently in 17th place, down to 18th now, but as you say, the times will start to come down. And as we say, we were talking about earlier in the season, and our championship leader, Maciej Milek, has 3 names. Not 3 names, he has 3 wins to his name following the first 6 rounds of the series. He took the first round in Australia, and he had the second one in Russia and the first one in Shanghai. Other winners: Roy Schroten, who won round 2, and we have Mike Quint, who ran round 3, the first one in Russia, and Liam Dewell, who took our last victory. So those drivers at the front at the moment, you got Magic Milnek in second, and the championship protagonists, not really that many of them that high up the qualifying standings at the moment, but still plenty of time for that. Currently looking at the car of Patrick Gerber, who's currently in 6th place. He's slowing down as he goes down towards turn 12, as we say. There's a car locking up in front of him. So I think what Patrick Gerber is maybe doing is trying to get a little bit of space in that number 71 car so he can get a lap going. As you see, this now comes down around this second half of the lap, up towards, just going through 16 now. So he'll be making the run towards turn 17. And quite a good opportunity actually while we're with Patrick Gerber to see what a lap of this Valencia street circuit's like. As I say, it's actually quite a technical circuit. There's some fast bits, there's some slow bits. Definitely one that will test car and driver to the maximum. The sweeping little last bit here as he goes a little bit wide there, Gerber, but he's now coming down towards turns 23, 24 and 25. Very imaginative corner names. Here we are then, turn 25. Is he going to go into the pits? He's going to ruin it. Oh, Patrick Gerber coming into the pits. So I was going to have a lap with Patrick Gerber, but he's decided to take to the pit lane. So we'll have to have a bit of a rethink on that one. But after about half the session gone, we've got 8 minutes to go. It's Liam Dewell on pole position by just under 0.3 of a second. Matthew Marquardt second. Magic Milnek in third. Menno Klont in fourth. Johan Lindberg in fifth. Terence Gretsch sixth. Chris Shepherd seventh. And those 7 cars are all separated by under 0.9. In fact, the battle for sixth between Gretsch and Shepherd, just 0.003 of a second there, separating those 2 drivers. You got Paul Joseph in 9th, Conrad Barr in 10th. 11th currently is Roy Virgil. In 12th place is the car of Matthew Klipp. 13th, Garrett De Vries. 14th is Josh Downard. 15th, Bruno Sousa Ferreira. 16th, Roy Schroten. 17th is Rick Hostra. 18th, Christoph Lichtenstein. 19th, Casper Andrins. 20th is Nicholas Dimitris. 21st is Brett Metcalf. 22nd, Max Spooner. 23rd, Jake Sanson. 24th, James Early. And there are some cars which haven't posted time, so they may be recipients of penalties. We've got Bastian Paisler, Wesley Stefano, David Junt, Kenneth Rocklick, and Mike Quint, who all haven't put times in. I'll just have a look now and see if there are any penalties coming into this race. As you see on the GPVWC website, they keep it all nice and up to date, so you see what the penalty situation is coming into it. We have actually got some penalties coming into this one, but I can't see any regarding those drivers, so we'll see what happens here. But what we have got is some back of the grid penalties for these drivers. But we have now just over 6 minutes to go, and things at the front of the standings still as they were. We've got, in fact, Bastian Paisler has put a time in now to go in 5th fastest. So he said he hadn't put a time in, and he has. A very good one at that, and that puts him into the top 5. So Bastian Paisler up into 5th place. Bastian Paisler, let's have a look and see. That is the orange and black car there. Very nice livery. In fact, there's quite a lot of nice liveries in this series. A lot of time and effort is spent behind the scenes on liveries and things like that. So very nice to see them all on the track. A very colourful grid here in Formula Challenge. Just looking now, I'll say at Bastian Paisler, just coming down towards that final section of the lap. He's got a car just in front of him though. He moves out the way. A little bit of a lock up there, and is he going to go into the pits as well? Yeah, he's going to go in the pits as well. It doesn't look like anybody wants to let me get a lap in with them, but we'll have a look and see if we can find somebody else. There we go. Menno Quant just starting a lap now. He goes around. having a few difficulties. Not sure if you can hear me, but I'm Dan Blake, commentating here on GPVWC action for you from Valencia. Had a few technical problems, but I'm Dan Blake back at Valencia. Hopefully I can be heard for the first of our 14 lap races. Cars just finishing their warm-up session now. Just looking at the car of Terence Gresh currently on the final part of the lap, just coming down towards turn 23, 24 and 25. There you go, heavy braking into 25, that left-hander. As he comes across the line now, checker flag waving. That time puts him top of the times, 151.209. So coming into this race, round 7 of the GPVWC Formula Challenge season, we're at Valencia. And we're looking forward to some fantastic racing. Watch this series before in a couple of races before, and there's been some fantastic racing. And you got to think that this Valencia street circuit will play right into the hands of that. Car now. Let's see what we got here. Car's just finishing their warm-up sessions, so soon we'll be having the race start procedure. Car currently on track at the moment, Gareth De Vries. I can see, although he's just stopping now, so I don't think there are any cars currently left on the circuit. Just double check that. In fact, there is now no cars on the circuit. So coming into this 7th round of the season, Magic Melek does lead the championship. He has 92 points. In second place is Roy Schroeton on 85. Third place, Mike Quint, he has 70 points. Then in fourth place is the driver of Patrick Gerber. David Junt 5th, Menno Clotter 6th, Philip Koenig 7th, Matthew Marquardt 8th, James Early 9th, and Chris Shepherd in 10th place. As far as we have for the team's championship, there is a clear leader at the moment, which is Scuderia Basile. They have 162 points. Then it was very close between second and fourth. We have TH Underdog on 88 and also Baswick Grand Prix on 88. And then just 2 points behind them in fourth, Stax Racing. They have 86 points. In fifth place is YTF1 on 67 points. EJ Engineering 58 in sixth place there. So team standings quite close between second and fourth. At the moment, the weather's nice, but there's a rumour that we may see some precipitation and some rain. So be interesting to see if any of that materialises. So yes, as we see, the race will be starting very shortly. Our start procedure. Drivers just been warned to take a bit of extra care on the opening laps, as we know. Quite a narrow circuit in parts, especially the run down to the first couple of corners, turns 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up until you get to turn 10 and onto that long back straight, could get rather feisty, but I can now give you our grid. On pole position, it is our championship leader, Maciej Milnek, and alongside him on the front row is Liam Duval. Second row is Memo Klont and Roy Virgil. On the third row, fifth place Patrick Gerber, sixth is Bastian Peisler. On the fourth row, seventh is Johan Lindberg, eighth Roy Schroeton. Row 5 is Matthew Marquardt and Terence Greck. On the sixth row, James Early and Chris Shepherd. Row 7 will see Wesley Stefano and Paul Joseph. Row 8 is Common Barr and Matthew Clip. Row 9, Bruno Sousa Ferreira and Josh Dannard. On the 10th row, Christoph Lichtenstein and David Junt. Row 11, Kenneth Ragland and Rick Hostra. 12th row, Nicholas Demetrius and Caspar Ondring. And then Brett Metcalf, Max Spooner, row 13. Starting 27th is Jake Sanson. And I think we have a couple of penalties here. Mike Quint starting 28th. Garrett DeVries in 29th. So the cars now start their formation lap. And it has got a lot darker over the Valencia street circuit than it was earlier on. So we say there may be a chance of seeing some rain. And the weather forecast certainly maybe leaning towards that way, but Maciej Milnek, championship leader, be quite content on pole position. Second place, Roy Schroeton in 8th, starting 8th on the grid. So Roy Schroeton is quite a way back, and then the driver in third place, Mike Quint, I believe has a penalty, and he now finds himself starting this race in 28th place. So, as far as the championship contenders go, Maciej Milnek at the moment does have quite an advantage, but we haven't started the race yet. There's 14 laps. Anything can happen. As the car's on the formation lap now. It's getting some heat into those tyres as they come down now towards, to say, turn number 12. That heavy braking zone onto the second part of the lap now for Milnek. Liam Duval won the second race in Shanghai, the last race that they had in the Formula Challenge. So he may be looking to get another win to add to his tally. Got Mene Klont starting 3rd, Roy Virgil 4th, Patrick Gerber starts in 5th place, and Gerber currently is 4th place in the championship as well, so he's another one who is a bit further up in the championship. He could do with a good result, and starting 5th, he is ahead of some of the drivers in front of him, but it's going to be all about the start which you get here from Maciej Milnek. He's got a good opportunity to further extend that championship lead now. Just coming to say now towards turns 23, 24 and 25, and then the cars will begin to line up for our first 14-lap race. This is round 7 of the GPVWC Formula Challenge. I'm Dan Blake in the commentary box, and here we go. Get ready for some action, boys and girls, because I think this one will be absolutely stunning. Looks like we may have a car in a spot above. We've got James Early in the pit lane, so James Early will be, looks like he's starting from the pit lane. Rest of the cars though starting to form up on the grid. We've got a 29 car grid, and another car I think coming down towards the pit lane as well, Mike Quint. So maybe it's a pit start for those drivers. Certainly Mike Quint and James Early are at the pit lane, so see what happens here then. We've got 14 laps of action ahead of us. Engine notes begin to rise. There go the lights, and soon we'll be racing in Valencia. Fantastic start there by Milnek, and there's also a car, I think that's Roy Virgil, who's made a good start as well. It's Patrick Gerber, in fact, so Patrick Gerber makes a good start, and it's a breakdown into turn 1 for the first time. There's a couple of cars going over the curbs there. We got a yellow flag though, I can see, and 2 cars collecting each other there. Teammates, I think it was, coming into contact, but the field just starting to get into some sort of order. There's contact further back down in the field. Christoph Lichtenstein has had a little bit of a bash there, not lost too many places, but at the front, Maciej Milnek has made the most of it and has pulled out just under a second already. And Mene Klont's in 2nd place, so a great start from Klont. So we're on 3rd, Patrick Gerber 4th, Virgil was in 5th, and there's small cars dropping down the order. So looks like there is, there's a big pile-up. Oh my word, Wesley Stefano involved. There must be 6, 7, 8 cars strewn across the track. We've got 1 car out of the race, which is Chris Chepper. Paul Joseph in trouble. Conrad Bars, so Christoph Lichtenstein. Matthew Clip as well. That is a big amount of damage. Wow, that's all I got to say to that. There must have been 6 or 7 cars involved in that. But at the front, everyone's got through okay. There's been some big gaps though formed through the field as a result. I'm now looking at a battle for 12th place between Kaspar Ogden and Mike Quint. Mike Quint started from the pit lane, already up into 12th place, it looks like. I mean, not completed a single lap. We'll make that move, going to break it. Twitch is a bit loose. Bruno Tusa Ferreira will take a position as well. So that's a position gained by Bruno Sousa Ferreira. So Kaspar Ogden has lost a couple of positions, but as the cars complete the first lap, it's Maciej Milnek who leads. We've got 13 more laps to go. Mene Klont 2nd, just over a second behind. In 3rd place is Liam Terrell, 4th Patrick Gerber, 5th is Roy Virgil. Under a little bit of pressure though from Bastian Peter, but in 6th place he has Roy Schroten, who's 7th, right behind him as they go down through turn 3, down towards 4 and 5. And Roy Schroten currently sits in 2nd in the championship, but like to try and get past the car Bastian Peisler as quick as possible. He's right behind the rear wing as they come down now towards turns 7, 8 and 9. Under heavy braking there towards the bridge section, and Peisler maybe not quite having the best run. We've got that long back straight to come. Schroten very careful on the brakes. The last thing he wants to do is go into the back of Peisler and potentially get some wing damage. But here we go. This is where the slipstream may have an effect, but Peisler is also right behind the rear wing of Roy Virgil. So, oh look, goes one way then the other. That's Bastian Peisler as they come down now towards turn 12. Who's going to break the latest? It's going to be Virgil, just Peisler not be able to make the move, but Schroten is also trying to make things. Oh, maybe a little bit of a nudge there from Schroten, but the positions are still as they are. But Bastian goes round the outside of Roy Virgil. That's a fantastic move. They can make it stick. He gets the wheels in front, and Bastian Peisler up into 5th place, but how long will it last? Schroeter is also behind. Oh, a group of 4 of them. Johan Lindberg as well. They go 3 wide, and down the inside goes Schroeter. That's a fantastic move from Schroeter. Roy Schroeter banging wheels there a little bit as well with Roy Vajel, but Roy Schroeter saw the opportunity. He went 3 wide, and he's made it stick. And that is his car going a little bit wide further back as well. That's Lindberg. We've got Marquardt and Gretsch as well involved, but certainly the battle on, he's got leaped into the wall. No place. Matthew Marquardt has hit the wall pretty hard there just before turn 25. He's managed to keep the car going, but looked like some quite heavy damage there with the wall, and all the action really in the bottom end of the top 10, because out the front we're looking now at Magic Milnak, and he's pulled out a 1.8 second lead to Menno Klont in second. You've got Liam Terval third, Patrick Gerber in fourth, and a big gap, big battle. Although Roy Schroeter is already pulling away. He made that move go 3 wide going into turn 17, and he's already trying to catch up to Patrick Gerber. We got Roy Vajel in 6th, Bastian Peisler 7th, 8th is Johan Lindberg, although Lindberg in 8th will maybe try and make a move around Peisler. We saw what happened with Schroeter on the last lap, and you might think, you know what, I fancy a bit of overtaking Malarkey, and he's now right up behind the rear wing of Bastian Peisler on the run down to turn 10, Johan Lindberg. Let's see what can happen. And the car of Peisler trying to break the slipstream, but it's not going to work. Lindberg's going to go down the inside, and the YTF1 driver makes it through. Bit of contact there on the exit, but it's not affected the YTF1 driver. So Johan Lindberg up into 7th place. Bastian Peisler is down to 8th. Terence Scratch is ninth. Matthew Marquardt hit the wall, but he's in 10th place. So it doesn't seem to be too much lasting damage. Josh Downard 11th for the car of Mike Quint, who started in the pit lane. Fantastic drive from him so far. Up into 12th place. You've got Casper Andre in 13th and David Junt 14th, with Gerrit de Vries 15th, Kenneth Raglanders in 16th, and Jake Sanson for Downforce in 17th place in his debut in the series. But Jake Sanson's under a lot of pressure at the moment. He's got Matthew Clip just behind him, and Jake Sanson moves over there with 3 wide again, and Sanson's going to lose out to Clip. But just behind him as well is Nicholas Dimitri. Sanson goes off and loses time there and loses another position. So not good time for me to go Jake Sanson up behind. Looked like a good battle between Hoekstra and James Early. Hoekstra lost a lot of time there. Currently, we still actually have, despite all that early drama, there's still 28 cars on the track. But at the moment, Maciej Milek has a 2.4 second lead as he now goes in towards turns 7, 8 and 9, down towards the back straight. But the battle for second is getting a little bit closer here. You've got Menno Klont and Liam Terval. I don't think Terval's going to be quite close enough to make a move to come down this back straight. But if he can get closer, when we get to the twisty sections, he may give Menno Klont something to think about. 4th place is Patrick Gerber. 4th and then 5th is Roy Schroeter. But we're just looking at his battle for second. Menno Klont into turn 12. Not caught up too much there, Liam Terval, though he has a better exit. This second half of lap, so technical. And these drivers are finding that out, that there's a lot going on this circuit. I'm just looking now at the battle for 7th and 8th, because Lindberg and Peisler are side by side. Peisler's down the inside. They're coming down towards turn 12. Bastian Peisler will try and take 7th from Lindberg if he can. Gets the car down the inside. Move Bastian Peisler up into 2nd place. Lindberg down to 8th. And there's a bit of a train starting to form as well behind the car of Lindberg. You've got Terence Scratch and Matthew Marquardt and Josh Downard not too far behind. And the bottom end of the top 10's really what we've seen the action so far. Lindberg not going to let him have it easy, the car of Bastian Peisler. Peisler very loose there, got onto the brakes, just about got the car slowed down in time, and Bastian Peisler will keep that 7th place. But as I come down through the sweeping right-hander of turn 1, you've got to think that Roy Vajil's going to try and get away from this battle. To Peisler, Lindberg, Greg, Marquardt, all queuing up to have a, and there's a lapped car as well. There's a Terence Greg. So yeah, Terence Greg, Matthew Marquardt on this little train we got running here, and these cars very close together. When I go down the back straight, I think we might see some more action, particularly between Lindberg and Peisler. Lindberg has lost that position a little bit late on the brakes there, and that's going to give Terence Greg the opportunity, but Terence Greg The back end of that car scrams under power, loses a little bit of momentum. But here we go then, Bastian Preisler versus Roy Virgil coming down this back straight, and Preisler has found a lot of speed, and as we go down to the step time, he jinks out to the left-hand side, onto the outside, but will he have the overspeed to make it count? Not quite going to do it, although the car has taken a tighter line in front. Virgil, and that gives Preisler the chance, and there's a spin behind as well. Looks like Johan Lundberg. Yes, it is. Lindbergh puts on the power, but there's also got wheel-to-wheel action here between Virgil and Preisler. But unfortunately, Johan Lindbergh we saw going into the wall, so that's not going to be a good end for his race. Virgil and Preisler still side by side. And Formula Challenge, I said it would produce a great race, and that's exactly what it's doing. We're looking at P7, the battle between Preisler, Greg, and Roy Virgil. These cars very close together, and it is the main action really on the track at the moment. Under brakes goes Bastian Preisler into that final corner. He gets a fantastic drive out. So at the start of the next lap, it looks like Bastian Preisler may have an opportunity to go past Roy Virgil, the long right-hander. Here we go, defends to the inside, but Preisler's going to try and take the outside. Not quite going to work there for Bastian Preisler. But what he could do is they go down towards turn 4 and 5. He may have a better opportunity. He's still on the outside though, Preisler. And behind them, Terence Gretsch wants to have a little go at this as well. But Bastian Preisler wants to get past, and I think he will just about make the move stick here. He's on the inside. It's going to be heavy braking, but on the outside, he's going to... is there a little bit of contact there? Possibly, but it's enough. And Bastian Preisler takes 6th place. So great job from Preisler. It's going to go wide, and that is one corner you don't want to go wide. So if you go wide there, you're going to lose the momentum all the way down the straight towards turn 12, and the positions could reverse themselves just like that. Preisler currently sits, Roy Virgil 7th. Virgil goes down towards the inside towards turn 12. He will try and outbrake Preisler down the inside and takes his 6th place back. This is a fantastic battle between these two drivers, and now Preisler back again. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Preisler takes 6th place back. They can't decide who wants to take 6th place. Behind them in 8th and 9th, Greg and Marcard as well. You got a 4-car battle for a 6th place. At the front, Maciej Milnik is 3 seconds clear, but this is definitely the main battle on the track. And Preisler's overshot the corner. He's completely overshot, and that whole group are nearly going to go past him. He's off the track there, side by side there with Greg. Greg gets it through, so Bastian Preisler has lost 3 positions there, and up from seemingly 10th place, Matthew Marquardt is up to 7th. But the battle's on for 8th place still with Greg and Preisler will be disappointed that he was late on the brakes going down into, that was turn 17. We saw Preisler make that small mistake, which has dropped him down from 6th to 9th place. So Bastian Preisler has got all that work to do again. And I think the most relieved man in Valencia at the moment would be Roy Virgil, because he's that clear of all those shenanigans that are going on behind him. But Matthew Marquardt up from 10th to 7th in a very short space of time there. He saw the opportunities and made them stick. So he's currently in 7th. See if there's anything. Looking at another battle in 12th place. You've got Gerrit de Vries and David Junt, but not far in front of them as well. You've got the 11th place Casper Hornwin. So a 3-car battle just outside of the top 10 going on there. But now as we come down, I'm now looking back at that battle between Terence Gretsch and Bastian Preisler. Preisler's lost those positions. He's up to 9th place. He's going to try and go down the inside of Terence Gretsch as they turn for turn 12. Not quite close enough, but Josh Downard's also now in this battle in 10th place. So Preisler has the car gone wide there. That's Matthew Marquardt. Marquardt's gone very wide as they go down through 15 and 16. And what's that going to do for his momentum? Terence Gretsch will be very keen to go try and make a move, because Preisler behind, looking very racy, and down the inside. Oh, contact there. There's contact between the 3 cars. Downard very late on the brakes, and Bastian Preisler's lost out, now down into 10th place. Josh Downard very, very late on the brakes there though. I don't think any of the drivers were expecting that, but he's now up into 9th place. Just Downard. Preisler down to Preisler is going to try and go down the inside, because Downard's gone wide, and Bastian Preisler takes 9th place back. So Bastian Peisler has had a very fraught couple of laps, very eventful. See what's going on up front. We've been looking at that battle, but what's been doing that? Maciej Milnek's got his head down and has pulled out nearly a 5-second lead, but the battle for second is hotting up. You've got Liam de Waal and Menno Klont very close, and then you've got Patrick Gerber and Roy Schroeder not far behind them as well. So we could have another battle shaping up this one for second place. Coming out of turn number 8 is Liam de Waal down that back straight, on turn number 10 even, down the back straight they go. And it looks like the battle between Gerber and Schroeder very close. Yes, it is. Schroeder as they come down towards turn 12. Which man pulled to the inside, just about a car width there. That's all Schroeder's going to need. Under brakes, he's going to try and get down the inside. And there's contact between the two cars. He's pushed round the car of Patrick Gerber. Contact between Schroeder and Gerber. That's not what we like to see. Schroeder up to 4th place. Gerber, I don't think he's going to lose enough time to go down to 6th. No, he's not. Schroeder and Gerber may have a little bit of damage. He's gone wide there coming out of turn number 15, but two cars are very close together there. The contact, it was Schroeder on the inside into Patrick Gerber. Let's try and sort that one out after the race, I think. I'm not a steward, so we'll leave that to the stewards maybe to have a little think about that one. But Schroeder up into 4th place. And also, while we're looking at that, there's been no change in the battle for second. It's still Liam de Waal and Menno Klont in the battle for second place. Things may be starting to calm down a little bit. Maciej Milnek has a 5-second lead over Liam de Waal. 3rd place is Menno Klont. 4th, Roy Schroeder after overtaking Patrick Gerber, who's now in 5th place. 6th place is Roy Vigil. 7th is Matthew Marquardt. 8th, Terence Grant. 9th, Bastian Peisler. 10th is Josh Downer. 11th place is the car of David Frančić. We got a spinner as well, I see, at the final turn. It looks like Spooner. Yes, it is. The car of Max Spooner. He was 25th. And he is now a lap down and going into the pits. So the downforce car into the pits. He's had a spin, which will put him down even further. And we got some DNFs as well. We've got Christoph Lichtenstein, he's out of the engine, Conrad Barr, and also Mike Quint's out the race as well. So we said earlier about how Mike Quint managed to get up to 12th on the first lap after starting from the pit lane. But unfortunately for the driver who was sitting 3rd in the championship before the race started, it's not been a good end to his race. As a fact, I'm just looking at the car of Maciej Milnek, and he's gone wide coming out of the turn there. That is turn number... coming out of turn 14 it was. So Milnek has gone a little bit wide there. It's not costing much time. de Waal and Klont 2nd and 3rd. Maybe the gap is actually starting to pull out a little bit. Roy Schroeder, who was 2nd place in the championship though, will be trying to get into this battle between Klont and de Waal as well. There'll be some crucial championship points. As you see, the Formula Challenge points, you get 25 for winning, 2nd gets you 20, 3rd 16, and 4th 13. So Roy Schroeder currently on target for 13 points, but he knows if he maybe catch up to the 2 in front of him, there's the opportunity for 7 more points. And when you're 2nd in the championship and the championship leader is in front, any points you can get you will take, because Maciej Milnek looks pretty much unopposed at the moment. He's done a fantastic drive, currently 4.8 seconds clear. Having a look now, there's another battle going on in 6th place between Roy Vigil and Matthew Marquardt. Marquardt's gone wide, and that could be an opportunity Terence Gretsch needs, and it will be. Terence Gretsch is going to try and go down the inside here and takes the place down the inside. Fantastic move there from Terence Gretsch. Matthew Marquardt went wide coming out of the turn 2 and 3, and as they went down towards 4 and 5, Gretsch went down the inside and took 7th place. We'll see now as they come over the bridge of turns 8 and 9 and come down towards turn 10. On the straight, there will be some slipstream to be gained here by Matthew Marquardt. Not far behind Marquardt, in fact, is Bastian Peisler, who's been in a lot of the action in his end of the top 10 battle. But as they go down towards turn 12, we're on the back straight. Terence Gretsch looks like he's just about going to stave off the attentions of Matthew Marquardt for this lap. Yeah, he will. So no changes going on there. There's another battle I was looking at 14th place as well, which is now just coming out of that turn number 10 between James Early and Johan Lindberg. Johan Lindberg earlier on was in that battle at the end of the top 10, but problems since then has seen him down in 15th place, and he will try and see if he can get some more positions by the end of the race. He's got James Early just in front of him, and James Early maybe not quite the optimum line going through there, as he now come out of turn 14 towards 15 and 16. On that second rather longest straight, although there's a couple of bends in the straight. Johan Lindberg at the moment though not really making any impression on the car of James Early, and behind them Casper Orndream, but Lindberg right on the rear wing now of James Early, got to put him under immense pressure as they come through the final stage of lap. Now could we see him maybe go down the inside at turn 25? Both cars there taking up a bit of the AstroTurf, and Lindberg is right on the rear wing of Early. He's a bit far back there to make that move to try and get, although he's got a much better exit. And also we're seeing Matthew Marquardt, and the moves were made there by Johan Lindberg for 14th, and Matthew Marquardt's got a bit of a moment. He's down to 10th place and lost on time. Josh Downard has gone past him as well, so somewhere along the line there's been a bit of a problem there for Matthew Marquardt in the YTF1 car. His teammate though, Johan Lindberg, in 14th place, is starting to pull away a bit of a gap to James Early, having just overtaken him on the exit of turn 25. As they now come down towards 8 and 9. Lindberg in 14th place, Early in 15th. Brake hard into that right-hander, get the momentum onto the straight, and James Early not going to be close enough to go past Johan Lindberg. Now looking at the battle for third place, because Roy Schroten is beginning to catch up to the car of Menno Klont. The last lap for Roy Schroten at 150.7, while Menno Klont at 151.4. So Schroten is definitely going quicker at this point of the lap as we start lap number 12. So 3 more laps to go for Schroten to try and get himself a spot on the podium. The long right-hander there at turn 1, as you see, he's visibly getting closer to the car of Menno Klont in front of him. So Menno Klont's podium place could be under threat, because definitely Schroten is catching him up. Corner by corner, it just seems to be edging closer and closer as they now come down towards 7, 8 and 9 in the bridge. Heavy braking, and Schroten is near enough now right on that rear wing of Menno Klont, and he'll be close enough where he goes down the straight this time. He'll be able to get a slipstream, but where will that slipstream take him will be the question that needs to be answered, because Schroten is definitely catching Menno Klont. Since he's gone past the car of Patrick Gerber, Schroten has been on a mission to try and get a podium place. Just behind Menno Klont now. It's a breakdown in towards turn 12. No can do down the straight, but what it's done is put him onto the back wing of Menno Klont. And Menno Klont may have a very uncomfortable last 2.5 laps. Schroten snatches a break there as he comes out at 14. Down the second straight towards turn 17 and 18 and the final part of the lap. Very close battle for the final place on the podium, which currently Menno Klont holds, but Schroten definitely getting closer. Takes a lot of curve there, Schroten, as they go round the double right-hander there. And he's going left, he's going right. Schroten as they come through 23 and 24. Will he maybe try and go down the inside of 25? No, he's not quite going to be able to go down the inside, but if he gets a better exit, it's a spinner there. This is Max Spooner. We saw him have trouble earlier, and he's still not having the best of races. But Roy Schroten, that's what we're concentrating on. He's right under the rear wing, jinks out to the right-hand side. We've got 2 laps to go. He's going to go round the outside. It's going to be a fantastic move if he does. And he does. Schroten down the outside, but Menno Klont's going to try and make it now down the inside. Klont gets a place back. They're switching positions nearly every corner. Schroten had the position, then Klont had it back. And as they come now down towards turn 7, 8 and 9 again, Schroten and Klont, and this is allowing Liam Duval to pull away. They were a bit closer, Duval and Klont, but as a result of this, they are definitely not as close as they were. Schroten, Klont maybe lost a little bit of speed there. Klont got rear-ended there by Schroten. Don't think it's affected either car though, and Schroeton tucked right under the rear wing. Clont will try and go to the inside to defend, but not sure as much he can do, because on down towards turn 12, you got Roy Schroeton on the outside, trying to break later. Clont still holds that third position though, so a fantastic defensive drive from Menno Clont. He's got about a lap and a half to try and hold off the challenge of Roy Schroeton for the final place on the podium. Schroeton, as we know, currently second place in the championship. Every point will matter for Schroeton. Currently, Schroeton will be getting 13 points for fourth, but if he can get past Menno Clont, that'll be an extra 3 points. I'll put him on 16 for the race. All this has been going on though. Magic Milnek has pulled clear, and Magic Milnek coming out of the final corner to start his final lap. About to start lap number 14. It's been a very uneventful drive, but behind him it's been anything but uneventful. We've had battles left, right and centre. And it looks like Menno Clont has pulled away a little bit though from Schroeton. Last lap for Clont was a 152.571, Schroeton a 53.0. So Schroeton lost half a second, but they were side by side going through the early part of the lap on the last time. Got a quick rundown of the top 10. Milnek leads, you've got Deval second, Menno Clont's third, Schroeton fourth, Gerber is fifth, Vigil sixth, Bastien Peiser up into seventh place. We saw him earlier involved in battles. Terence Grech 8th, George Downer's 9th, Matthew Marquardt 10th, and then the 15-second gap back to David Junt. There's a car, Spooner is having a lot of trouble. He's had another incident there, so not the best of races for the car of Max Spooner, currently in 25th place, 2 laps down. But no such trouble for the car of Maciej Milnek. He's now coming out towards the final sections of the lap. He's just now going through turn 14. He's got that second back straight to go down, and once he's done that, he will be onto the final section of the lap. And it looks like, unless it's a late drama, that Maciej Milnek will take his 4th win of the season here at Valencia. Now comes through turns 18, 19 and 20. I don't want to put the curse of the commentator on him, but he has been cool as a cucumber. There's been all sorts of drama going on behind him, but Milnek has not worried about any of that. He's just kept his head down, done the job in hand, as he comes around now, lap to complete turn 25 for the 14th and final time. It's going to be victory for Maciej Milnek here in Valencia. Great win by him. He weaves across the line. Second place is going to be Liam Dural. Third place is Menno Clont, and we seem to have lost Roy Schroeton. I don't know what's happened to Schroeton, but he's slowed down dramatically on the last lap, and that's going to let Patrick Gerber go past. Is he out of fuel, perhaps? Maybe it's something to do with fuel over that, or he's giving back the position to Gerber. What happened earlier? Strange end to the race there. Could be some fantastic sportsmanship there from Schroeton to give Gerber back now 4th place. 5th was Schroeton. 6th was Wilvergil. 7th was Bastien Peiser. 8th was Terence Grech. 9th, Josh Downard. 10th was the car of Matthew Marquardt. And yet to finish is David Junt, who's now just coming out the last corner and a run to the flag. So 11th place for David Junt. 12th place is going to be Johan Lindberg, with James Early in 13th place. Gerrit de Vries 14th. Matthew Clip 15th. Casper Onging will be coming across the line very shortly to take 16th place, which he does. Wesley Stefano is 17th. In 18th place is going to be Bruno Sousa Ferreira, just coming now in towards turn 25. But not far behind him as well. In 19th place is Nicholas Demetrius. And 20th place is going to be Rink Hoekstra. And then the final car on the lead lap in 21st place is going to be Paul Joseph. Other cars, we've got Brett Metcalf, who was 22nd. Jake Sanson comes home in 23rd. Finishes the race 1 lap down. And we've got some DNFs. We have Kenneth Ragland, Max Spooner out with a suspension damage, Mike Quint, Conrad Barr, Christoph Linchiston, and Chris Shepard, all non-finishers. But that was an utterly fantastic race, and I don't know really where to start. Battles, especially that battle between these 3 or 4 drivers at the bottom end of the top 10. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. But Maciej Milnek just ignored all of that, kept on with his race, and he's won by 5.4 seconds till the end of Menno did take a lot of pressure from Roy Schroten towards the end, but Schroten finishing in 5th in the end. There was a controversial maybe move there with him and Patrick Gerber. Positions have been reversed. Patrick Gerber went past Schroten on the final lap. Roy Virgil 6th, Bastian Preisler 7th. Now he's had an eventful race as Preisler. Seen him in many shuffles across the bottom end of that top 10. Greg 8th, just down to 9th. And Matthew Marquardt in 10th. So really, really close action here in the GPVWC Formula Challenge. That is race 1. And if you thought race 1 was good, we've got another 14 laps of this left. So stay tuned for race 2 here on GPVWC.
Attention, Lord, we're all
Hello and welcome back to Valencia for round 8 of the GPVWC Formula Challenge. First race, where do you start? The car's now going away on their formation lap. We got James Early, who'll be starting this one on pole position, with Johan Lindberg in second place. On the second row is David Frančić and Matthew Marcard. So Matthew Marcard battling at the bottom end of the top 10 in that one, so he could be one to watch. Race 3 is Terence Gretsch, Bastian Peisler. Peisler was in the action in the first one. We're on the fourth row. We have two Roys, Roy Virgil and Roy Schroeton. Roy Schroeton sitting second in the championship at the start of the meeting. We're looking to get some more points. Fifth row is Patrick Gerber. He could have finished well in that one, fourth in race 1. And the car which finished third in race 1, Memo Clon's 10th. 11th is Liam Duval, and 12th is Maciej Milnik. So it looks like there has been a reversal of the top 12 positions from that race. 13th on race 7 is going to be Garrett de Vries. 14th, Matthew Klipp. 15th is Casper Orangin. 16th place is Wesley Stefano. 17th, Bruno Souza Ferreira. With 18th, Nicholas Dimitris. 19th is Rick Koster. 20th, Paul Joseph. 21st, Brett Metcalf. 22nd, Jake Sanson. It looks like we'll have a non-starter, that Mike Quint not making it out to the grid. So some technical problems for Mike Quint means that Conrad Barr will be on his own of race 12. Race 13, Christoph Lichtenstein and Chris Shepard. 26 cars. It looks like we'll be taking the start for the second race. So we are missing some drivers that were in the first race. I noticed no Matthew Spooner. He did have a very tough time in that first race and has elected not to start round 8. So cars on that formation lap now, just coming round the second half of the track now. This is now going through turns 19 and 20. There's two right-handers, and James Early will be soon coming up to start a grid. We did see in the first race there was quite a big incident on the first lap. Hopefully we'll be avoiding a repetition of that one in this one. The last thing we want to see is cars crashing. As Early goes down to his grid spot, lays a bit of rubber on the way to pole position. So on the front row, Early and Lindberg. David Frančić and Matthew Marquardt on the second row could be ones to watch as well. Cars forming up on the grid. It looks like there will be a gap, as we said, on that top row. No Mike Quint. Last couple cars start to form up. Chris Shepard has placed his car there. So here we go. The lights. What? 3, 4, 5. Engine notes rise. And we are up again in Valencia. And it's a fantastic start from James Early. James Early had to lead. Limbo second, and Matthew Marquardt from the second row. We'll try and get around the outside here of David Frančić, and it's going to all bottle up again. Everyone's got through so far. Oh no! Liam Duval in trouble with pitch around, and he's working the wrong way. Liam Duval down a figure way, and there's a car, another one there, which has suffered quite a bit of damage. And now it's a downforce car. Jake Sanson. Oh no, we got there's another one as well. Yeah, Duval. 23rd place, Liam Duval's had a shocker. Also Garrett de Vries also involved there. But at the front, I guess now there's been something happen, I think, in the front, because we've got a massive break of cars between a 2-second gap between second place Johan Lindberg and Matthew Marquardt and third. But Johan Lindberg will maybe try and take lead at turn 12 on lap 1. We've got a 14-lap race. Drivers who were better in the first race. Maciej Milnik going wheel to wheel in 9th place with Schroeton. There's contact between the two of them, and that's going to allow another car to go down the inside. And there's touching wheels again. Oh, Milnik, and it's Memo Clonton there as well. There's some wheel banging, and it's just frantic stuff from the drivers who were near the front in the first race. Well, lap 1 of 14, but they know that they need to try and get some positions before the field start to string out. They want to try and catch up to the leaders, but Menno Klont in 11th place at the moment. And that's a great battle in front of him between Magic Milnek and Roy Schroeter. Now fighting over 9th place. Milnek on the outside to go down towards 24 and 25. He pulls back in, but Schroeter locks at the brakes, and that's going to allow Menno Klont to slip down the inside, and he makes it stick. Menno Klont and Magic Milnek's going to lose another place as well to Matthew Klipp. So at the end of the first lap, Milnek finds himself in 12th place. He's got Wesley Stefano on his outside. Stefano was trying to go down the inside, but Milnek later on the brakes gets a position back from Matthew Klipp. So move Magic Milnek back up into 11th place, but there's a yellow flag ahead of them. It's Lindberg. Lindberg's dropping down the timing screen. He's in 9th place. He's facing the wrong way, going through turns 4 and 5. He's going to wait for clearing up the whole field to go through. This will be agonising for Johan Lindberg, and Johan Lindberg's brought the car back into the pits and retired. So retirement for Johan Lindberg, and that is not how he would have wanted to end this second race. But James Early, as a result, has a bit of a gap now to Matthew Marquardt. Third is David Jumbo. It's a battle for 4th here between Terence Skett and Bastian Paiso. We saw Bastian Paiso in the first race in the thick of the action. He's now going to try and go round the outside of Terence Skett for 4th place. Not quite going to make it stick, but he's right under the rear wing there. The driver in 4th place. A bit of a snatch break there from David Junt in 3rd place. But as they come down towards turns 16 and 17, it's Terence Stretch and Bastian Paiso. They got Patrick Gerber behind them as well. Stretch goes to the outside to try to make Bastian Paiso go around the long way. Then Paiso alongside. He's going to get the power down first. I think it's just about going to be Gretsch, and he gets the car through. So he's defended his position well. And now Bastian Paiso is going to be under pressure from Patrick Gerber, who is in 6th position. He'll be trying to make that 5th. There's a little lunge down the inside. He shows a nose, but in front, Terence Skett and David Junt are side by side. And you complete the second lap, and it's just going to be Terence Skett at the line, who has that 3rd place. Gets round the outside of David Junt, and in front of them, Matthew Mascard and James Early are very close as well. But Terence Skett up into 3rd place. He made that move round the outside of David Junt. It was a fantastic move from Gretsch to do it round the outside. And now there's a bit of a queue forming behind him. In orderly fashion, please, gentlemen, we don't want any hijinks. But David Junt is right under the rear wing of Gretsch. And then there's a 6-car train now. Yes, it is a 6-car train. All the way down to Roy Schroeter in 8th place. And then behind him is race 1 winner and championship leader. And Gretsch has got some position. He spun! Terence Gretsch has spun! And he's gone straight into the path of Matthew Klipp, and that was messy. And Greg now with no rear wing in 15th place. And that car, I think, will be going to the pits for a retirement, possibly. He's got some damage there. Matthew Klipp, unfortunately, out of the race. A victim there. Nothing he could have done. Thomas Stretch went back across the track, and Klipp had nowhere he could go. And that car, Terence Stretch, is an absolute mess. No front wing, no rear wing. That really will be a handful to drive. But unfortunately, he's also taken out in that incident the car of Matthew Klipp. And that must be gutting for Matthew Klipp to be the innocent victim there. But what that has meant is in 3rd place is where the battle lies. Bastian Paiso in 3rd. Patrick Gerber's up to 4th. They've run past David Junt in 5th. They've got Roy Schroeter in 6th. Roy Virgil in 7th. And Magic Milnek in 8th place as Paiso comes out through 24 and 25. He's not pulling away from Patrick Gerber. Patrick Gerber is pulling the reins in now on Bastian Paiso. He's not going to try and let him get away too far. As they now start the 4th lap of this race. It's another entertaining race. Paiso's gone wide though. Paiso's gone very wide, and that has allowed the car, Patrick Gerber, to go right back on his rear wing. As he came through turn 2, he was very wide as Paiso, and Patrick Gerber now right on the rear wing of that car. And Patrick Gerber will be trying to, if he can get the bridge protection correct, I think we can see a challenge going down the back straight. But behind them as well, there's another battle going on. And Virgil and Schroeter side by side in the battle for 6th place. Schroeter's gone past Virgil, and not far behind him as well is Magic Milnek in 8th place. But there's a bit of a gap back, but on the back straight, this is the battle we got to watch for. The one between 5th place down. 5th David Junt, 6th Roy Schroeter, 7th is Roy Virgil. 8th, Magic Milnek. Schroeton goes down to the outside there. David Junt down towards turn 12. He's going to make it stick before the corner. Just contact. That's contact between them. Junt taps around Schroeton. The back end, they just made contact front to rear. And that's all it took to send Schroeton. He's spinning round. And he's now got back on the track, but in 9th place. So contact there between David Junt and Roy Schroeton. The other cars in that battle have managed to get through. And we got Gerber off as well. Patrick Gerber off the track. Oh, that was very close to him hitting Roy Virgil as well. And that's Magic Milnek going around the outside. But some of the rejoins we've seen in this race have been, I don't know how to, I'm not going to say they've been the best rejoins. That's the best way to say it. We've seen some rather sloppy rejoins. And I think that's something the stewards are keen to look at maybe for next time, because we've seen a couple of accidents and we nearly had another one there. Just from drivers coming on track and not seeing what's going on around them. But at the front, we've got James Early in the lead. He leads by 0.8 of a second for Matthew Marquardt. And still them have pulled nearly 5 seconds out on our new third position man, which is Bastian Peisler. Patrick Gerber 4th. Magic Milnek is in 5th place, and he won the first race. He is 9 seconds behind James Early, who leads. So we've still got plenty of time left for Milnek to make those positions up. He's got to do it one by one, but the way he's been driving that car in the second race and in the first race so far has been absolutely majestic. Majestic Magic, I'm going to call him, because his driving so far has been top class. He's been staying out of the trouble. Even when in the second race, he's been planted in the middle of some volatile actions. He's managed to get out of it. And as he now goes down the inside of Patrick Gerber for 4th place, but not quite going to work out there for our championship leader, Patrick Gerber's car. Very loose there. But Milnek will stay behind him. He's stalking his prey. It's like being out in the wild when you see the lions and the wildebeest. At the moment, Patrick Gerber is most certainly the wildebeest. Magic Milnek is the lion, the king of the jungle. The start of championship goes. He's stalking that prey, and you think it's only going to be a matter of time when he's least suspecting it. He's going to wham! He'll be straight past him before he knows it. If he's held up in traffic too long behind Gerber, you got Roy Virgil not far behind. In 7th place is Wesley Stefano. He's come out from absolutely nowhere. Wesley Stefano wasn't even in the top 10 when we last looked, but he's up into 7th. He's got Roy Schroeton behind him in 8th. We saw David Junt with the contact earlier. He's dropped down to 9th. Chris Shepherd as well. Chris Shepherd was the last car on the grid in 26th. He's up into 10th place. And Mike Quint, we thought he might be a non-starter. He started from the pit lane, Mike Quint, up to 11th place. So whatever problems Mike Quint had earlier, they haven't stopped them taking the start. And he is in 11th place. So we'll look now and see the battle for the lead as well. I'm looking because Marquardt had a little move there on James Early, but not quite able to get past. And he's gone wide, going onto the straight, and he's very lucky. They're not taking the barrier, Matthew Marquardt. Very lucky. But what these two are doing, they are slowing each other down. Bastian Peisler is catching, Patrick Gerber catching, Magic Milnek catching. Despite the fact they're fighting, they are catching the two cars in front. So by the end of the race, we could see a fantastic battle because they're taking about a second a lap. There is 9 laps to go. Just about, there's 9 laps to go. But that's not my strongest point. But I still think that Magic Milnek, the way they're going at the moment, they will catch James Early and Matthew Marquardt because they're fighting each other. Maybe that what they should be doing is working together and trying to pull away. Although if Marquardt's faster, I can see why he'll try and get through. Because if he can get past early, he might be able to pull some gap between himself and that chasing pack when they come, because they are coming very quickly. Bastian Peisler third, Patrick Gerber still under the attentions of Magic Milnek in 5th place. I think at the moment he won't be content to stick behind that number 71 car, Patrick Gerber. But while they're catching the leaders, it's not the worst place in the world to be, although he knows if he gets past, if the first race is any evidence that he'll be able to make further time up. We'll have a look at the laps. Patrick Gerber has just come across the line. It's actually time for Patrick Gerber, 150.8. Magic Milnek, a 150.4. So Milnek was 4 tenths faster on the last lap, lap number 6. We're on lap number 7 now. So coming towards halfway in this race, and there's still a lot of action going on. I'm looking at the battle for 9th and 10th because Chris Shepherd is all over the back of David Frančić. Then he's side by side as they go through 4 and 5. There's 3 or 4 cars in that. Mike Quint and Conrad Barr also involved in this battle. So the car's really fighting hard at the bottom end of the top 10 again for the second race in a row. Shepherd looking down the inside, but there's a car there slowed down. It's a car that's already been lapped, I believe, because no positions have changed. So one of the cars which has been in trouble earlier, losing some more time. I think there might have been a downforce car, maybe Jake Sanson. Is that Jake Sanson? I'll have a look at the timing screen. It could possibly be Jake Sanson, yeah. So Jake Sanson, yeah, it was Jake Sanson. So Jake Sanson not having the best space. Chris Shepherd's got down the inside. There's contact behind, 2 cars are off. Mike Quint is one of them. And the other one was Conrad Barr. So contact between Barr and Quint, and that's now Liam Duval. We saw Liam Duval have problems earlier. He's now up to 11th place, and he will be trying to get further up. But Mike Quint and Conrad Barr, it looked like Conrad Barr very late in the race. He was pretty much sideways broadside by the time he arrived at Mike Quint. And then there was contact. Liam Duval, though, is on a move. He's trying to get past the car of David Chunt, and somewhere along the line we've missed out, but in 4th place now it is Magic Milnick. He's got past Patrick Gerber, so the race 1 winner and championship leader up into 4th place. He crossed the line to start lap number 8 for Magic Milnick up into 4th place, and 4th place will give him 13 points, and even if he finishes 4th, that will be 38 points for this meeting, and that is not a bad score at all for Magic Milnick, considering what we've seen today. This street circuit has provided thrills, spills, and everything in between. Milnick is 8.2 seconds behind James Early, and we'll have a look at James Early. He's still under pressure from the car of Matthew Marquardt and the number 22 car as they come out of turn 9 and 10 down towards turn number 12. Bastian Peisler is about 5 seconds behind these two as well, so Peisler is reading them in ever so gradually as Bastian Peisler. I think Peisler may figure into the end of the race as the way things are going at the moment. And there's a car off. It's Klont. The car Klont. He was Menno Klont is often we see him against the wall. He's leaning against the wall out of turn number. I think that is just coming out towards 19 and 20. So Menno Klont, unfortunately, suffering some problems there. He's facing the wall. Not the best place for him to be, but the best place for him to be is out front, which James Early is, but he's under a lot of pressure at the moment from Matthew Marquardt in that number 22 car. Marquardt has come now through 24 and 25. Both of them a lot of the brakes there. Marquardt maybe gets a slightly better exit. We'll compare lap times. They come across the line to start lap number 9. James Early, his lap's up 151.3 and a 51.2 for Marquardt. But Bastian Peisler is going to come across the line. We'll see what his lap was. His lap was a 150.8. So Bastian Peisler is going quicker than the 2 cars in front of him. Milnick is in 4th, Gerber 5th, Virgil 6th, and Virgil is actually under a little bit of pressure here from Roy Schroten in 7th place. We saw Schroten. Oh, it's a car off. It's Virgil. It's going to cross the turn number 4 and 5 there. Has he gained an advantage would be the question, but Roy Schroten right in the back. He's going to try and edge down the inside. Oh, that's a fantastic move from Schroten. So late on the brakes, and there's minimal contact between the two. Just enough room for a Formula Challenge car to get down the inside. That was all Schroten needed. Up into 6th place he goes. So Roy Schroten on the move. Roy Virgil down into 7th place, but that was a fantastic move. But I don't think this battle's over yet. There's Virgil now. He's going to try and get down the inside, and he's going to make it stick. Yes, he is. Virgil, that's another great move. Absolutely fantastic racing here between these two drivers. The two Roys are putting on an absolute show. Roy Virgil and Roy Schroten. Roy Schroten now on the back of Roy Virgil. They're now coming down towards 17 and 18. This is the second long straight here on the Valencia circuit. Virgil defends the inside, Schroten on the outside. Schroten will try to do it. There's a bit of bang in there, wheel to side pod. No everlasting damage there, but they've managed to carry on. But this brought Wesley Stefano back into the action now. We have a 3-car battle for 6th place. Stefano a little bit wide there, going over turn 21 and 22. But as they come to complete the 9th lap, this is a good battle. Schroeton will try and get the cap back here on Virgil. Stefano will be trying to do exactly the same thing. They are staying in the same position, but Roy Schroeton is going to go try and get down the inside top 1. No, not quite going to be able to make it there. But as they come down towards turn 2, he's stuck to the inside and makes it stick. Schroeton up into 6th. Schroeton makes it through, although he's lost momentum on the exit, and Virgil could try and come straight back, but he's on the outside line, which will compromise him a little bit as they power now out towards turns 7, 8 and 9. It's Schroeton in 6th, Virgil 7th, and Stefano in 8th place. It's top 5 unchanged in front of them. It's still early. Marquardt, Preisler, Milnick and Gerber. And I think Schroeton might just about be clear enough at the moment, because Virgil has gone wide on the exit, and that could allow Stefano the chance to make the position up here. So Roy Virgil not long over 6th place, and it looks like he may be destined for 8th place, because that poor exit out of turn 10 has given Wesley Stefano all of the invitation he needs and more to try and stick a move on him. He's going to try and get around the outside. Stefano not quite going to work that one. So the position has been gained, and as we said, Roy Schroeton is now starting to pull away. That was the little gap that Schroeton needed to get away from this. And I think Schroeton will be the relieved man that he's out of this. But the battle for 7th is still going on between Virgil and Stefano. Wesley Stefano in 8th place. Behind them is Chris Shepherd, who started at the back of the grid in 26th place, up into 9th. And it looks like that battle has sorted itself out, but the battle for the lead is just as close as it was a couple laps ago. We checked in with them. They're completing lap number 10. It's James Early who leads by just under 3.5 tenths for Matthew Marquardt. Bastian Preisler is catching them, but I don't think Preisler is going to catch them quick enough, because the last lap from the 2 leaders, Early was a 51 dead, Marquardt a 50.9, Preisler a 50.7. So in actual fact, Bastian Preisler was a bit slower than, in fact, he was a little bit, it's a couple tenths quicker, but it's not the speed he needs to be going to catch them up. Magic Milnick in 4th place, Gerber's in 5th. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. It's only close battles on the track. There's bound to be something happening. We can do a quick going through. I'll go through the order quickly so we can start to process this before anything else happens, which will take my attention away. James Early leads, Matthew Marquardt in 2nd. They're very close together. 3rd place is Bastian Preisler. Magic Milnick 4th. Rounding out your top 5 is Patrick Gerber in 5th. 6th is Roy Schroeton, having shrugged off the attention of Roy Virgil and Wesley Stefano. 9th, Chris Shepherd from the back of the grid. 10th is Liam DeWall after suffering earlier on the first lap. 11th, Conrad Barr. 12th, Mike Quint. 13th is Paul Joseph. 14th, David Jump. We saw him in the walls earlier as well. 15th is Garrett DeRees. 16th for Caspar Orndring. 17th, Bruno Sousa Ferreira. 18th is Rink Hoostra. 19th, Nicholas Demetrius. Rounding out top 20, Terence Gregg. So Terence Gregg was disappointed with that, but we saw him earlier. That was a really rejoin at this exact part of the track he's on now, going through turn number 10, which unfortunately took out an innocent bystander. 21st is Brett Metcalf, and cars a lap down with 22nd Memo Quant, 23rd Jake Sanson, and retirement to Christoph Lichtenstein. Matthew Klipp was the unfortunate victim in that incident with Terence Gregg, and Johan Lindberg in 26th out of the race as well. So we currently have 23 cars still running 2 a lap down as we now start on lap number 12. So we've got 3 laps, under 3 laps to go. The battle for the lead stayed pretty close between James Early and Matthew Marquardt. They were about half a second apart, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, something like that. Bastian Preisler has caught up a little bit, but I think it's just going to be a case of too little too late to Preisler. This lap was a 51.0 last time, 51.6 for Marquardt and a 51.6 for Early. So he was 6/10 of a second faster than the 2 leaders. Behind them though, Magic Milnick 150.5. So they are being caught, but I don't think it's going to be quite quick enough. They're going to be fighting with each other here. Marquardt is going to try and go round the outside for the lead. He just briefly has it. He's kept the inside line. That could be crucial here. They wheel bang. as they go through. But Matthew Marquardt has taken the lead. He's waited 11 and a half laps to do this, and he's finally managed to get past James Early. I'll tell you what, the fact he managed to hold on to the inside as they went through 13 and 14, that was the key to that move. If he'd not, and Bastian Peisler, something's happened to Bastian Peisler. He's out of the race. That is an extraordinary development in this race. Bastian Peisler was third place, catching up to the two leaders, and Bastian Peisler is out of the race. A very unfortunate lap for Peisler, and that has gifted Magic Milnick a place on the podium in third place. But these two drivers in front, Marquardt and James Early, will be fighting for the victory. Jake Sampson into the pits as well, so there for downforce. But James Early, only got 2 laps to go. He will not be letting Matthew Marquardt get away with it easily. He'll try all he can to get that lead back. Marquardt is a little bit quicker there, but James Early is not going to let the scent go of our race leader. He will stick with him as much as he can. Although a bit of a poor exit there out of turn 5 gives Marquardt a couple of car lengths, and those couple of car lengths could be crucial for Marquardt when they get down through 10, 9 and 10 over the bridge and onto the straight, because the further away that James Early is, it means the longer it's going to take him to catch up in the slipstream. There is a bit of a slipstream here in these Formula Challenge cars, but I think Matthew Marquardt is safe this lap from the attentions of James Early. Magic Milnick is in third place, but he's a bit far behind. The battle for 6th place is what I'm looking at the moment, because Roy Virgil has Wesley Stefano just behind him, but Stefano lost time on the exit to turn 10, going graph tracking a little bit there, which has lost him momentum. So they're going to stay in 6th and 7th. Chris Shepard 8th, Liam Duval 9th. All these cars have benefited from the demise, the very unfortunate demise of Bastian Peisler. They've all made advantage of that one. And now Matthew Marquardt is pulling away from James Early very substantially as they go through turns 19 and 20. Nearly a second now, the gap between those two drivers. Matthew Marquardt will very shortly be coming to start his 14th and final lap. He just goes down through 23, 24 and 25. Marquardt on the brakes, but James Early very late on the brakes. He might have pulled a couple of tenths back there, but he's going to have to really dig deep all he's got, because we're now starting the final lap here of round 8. Matthew Marquardt is the lead by just over 6 tenths of a second, so James Early did actually take a couple of tenths there from the car of Matthew Marquardt. Matthew Milnick is in third place. He's lapping quicker than the two cars in front, but he's just going to run out of laps unless something dramatic happens on the final lap. And given what this evening has been like in Formula Challenge, I'm not going to say anything until these cars are across the line and are back, because we've seen some fantastic racing. There's another close battle for 6th between Roy Virgil and Wesley Stefano. They've been going at it now for 4 or 5 laps. They've been really close. Chris Shepard may try and bring himself into an 8th. I think Chris Shepard might just be a bit too far behind at the moment. Liam Duval 9th. Let's have a look and see what's the field actually seems to have spread out a little bit in this race. The first race, it was just absolute. It was exciting racing. They just didn't know where to look. Second race, we've seen a little bit of it, but it seems like it's been a bit calmer in essence. And Matthew Marquardt has had a very calm drive. He followed James Early for the majority of the race, but then once he managed to get past James Early, he steadily began to pull away. Matthew Marquardt now is coming down towards turn number 17. He has about a third of a lap to go before he can taste victory here at Valencia. Coming now around towards 19 and 20. Here we go then. It is the final run to the checker flag for Matthew Marquardt. Through 24. Just as a break for 25. He will go through the corner now. Yes, he will do it. And Matthew Marquardt will take round number 8 here. Unless anything stupidly dramatically happens, which it doesn't. Marquardt takes the win. James Early was second. Rounding out your podium, it's going to be Magic Milnick in third. Coming across the stage, 4th place, it's going to be Patrick Gerber. And Patrick Gerber, 2 4th places, not a bad day's racing for him. Same for Roy Shorten, he takes 2 top 5s. And nearly side by side across the line between Virgil and Stefano. And Virgil gets it by just under a tenth of a second. Duval will take 8th, Tom up by 9th. Chris Shepard 10th. Chris Shepard Hitting the wall after the race. Mike Quint will be 11th. Paul Joseph 12th. David Junt will come and take 13th place. He'll cross the line there. 14th place is going to be Garrett de Vries, who will take 2 points. Points scored in Formula Challenge down to 15th place. So Garrett de Vries comes on 10:25 for the final time. He's just under a minute off our race winner, but he will take 14th place. And the final point will go to Bruno Sousa Ferreira in 15th. 16th. There's a battle going on between Terence Gretsch and Hoekstra. Terence Gretsch gets it on the final corner for 17th. Hoekstra 18th and 19th place. Nicholas Demetrius contact after the flag, but didn't affect the finishing positions. And Terence Gretsch 17th. Rick Hoekstra 18th. Nicholas Demetrius in 19th. 20th place is going to be Brett Metcalf. Brett Metcalf just now coming through. Turns 23, 24. And the final turn number 25. Brett Metcalf, the final car on the lead lap. He'll be the last car to take the flag. And Brett Metcalf will finish today's racing here at Valencia in Formula Challenge. And you can't say it's been exciting, viewers. We have had 2 absolutely enthralling races, 2 different winners. We have Magic Munich, our championship leader, win the first one, but the second race was won by Matthew Markov. Go through the standings again. The winner for round 8 in Valencia, the second race, Matthew Markov, by just over a second to James Early in second. Third place, Magic Munich. He got the gap down to 3.6, but wasn't quite able to have the laps to catch up. Fourth place, Patrick Gerber, as I say, 2 top 4s for him. Fifth place, Roy Shorten. He's at 2 top 5s. Roy Virgil in sixth, and he had a fantastic battle through the race. He won some fantastic racing with Roy Virgil. 7th was Wesley Stefane. 8th for Liam Durrell. 9th was Conrad Barr. Rounding out the top 10, Chris Shepherd. And Chris Shepherd started 26th place. A fantastic drive from him, up 16 places to 10th. And fully deserving of those 6 points he's going to get for that. 11th place was Mike Quint. And Mike Quint, who started this race in 3rd place in the championship, started the meeting. Wasn't really a great weekend for him. A great day's racing for Mike Quint. He was 11th. 12th, Paul Joseph. 13th, David Junt. 14th, Garrett de Vries. 15th was Bruno Sousa Ferreira. 16th, Casper Ondring. 17th, Terence Gretsch. 18th, Rink Hoekstra. 19th, Nicholas Demetrius. 20th was Brett Metcalf and Carson laps down. 21st place, Menno Cont, the 1 lap down. And 22nd, Jake Sanson, who was 2 laps down. And the retirements, Bastian Preusler, very unlucky. Don't know what happened to Bastian. He was running in 3rd place at the time, but a DNF for Bastian. Christoph Lichtenstein out. Matthew Klippart, we saw, he was the unfortunate victim of the rejoin at turn 10. And Johan Lindberg, we saw him off at turn 4 or 5 on the second lap. And he ends up being the final runner. And it's been a fantastic race meeting here at Valencia in Formula Challenge. And with 8 races down in the Formula Challenge season, this series is providing action all the way through the field. You just don't know where to look as a commentator because there's just so much going on. And it's real credit to the drivers that we're seeing this great racing. And we'll see now where the Formula Challenge heads next. So next time you'll be able to catch Formula Challenge here on YouTube will be at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. So a bit of a different circuit to this one. We're going to the Red Bull Ring on the 2nd of May. So the 2nd of May will be the next time to catch some Formula Challenge action. I'd like to thank those behind the scenes. We've got David Frančić on cameras, Thomas Hines as well, helping out behind the scenes. So thank you. I'm Dan Blake. And will we have any interviews? We're starting to see if there are any interviews to be had at the moment, but I don't think there is. So we'll see if anyone ventures up to the podium. It's been a very tiring race, very exciting race. So I imagine the drivers are in Parc Ferme telling each other about all the action they've had in these 2 races. You've seen 2 14-lap races, which have been absolutely exciting from start to finish here at Valencia. And as I say, as far as our championship contenders go, Magic Milnick's had a good day. Schroten has not had a bad day either. He had 2 top 5 finishes. Mike Quint, not the best of times. We had the car of also the car of who was that? Who has there was another car. Didn't have. Gerber had a good. That's the one. Patrick Gerber. He did well. He had like 2 solid finishes, 2 top 4 finishes. David Junt, 13th place in the second race, and then as I said before, Mike Quint. I think there's some drivers though who have really had a good day, and I think we might have some commentary. We got an interview here. I think I'm being joined. Are you there, Jake Sanson?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Jake. Your debut in Formula Challenge. How did it go for you?
I'll tell you what, it's a real role reversal for you to be interviewing me about how my race went for a change.
I know it is, isn't it, Jake?
That's not exactly the coverage I wanted for my debut. But, you know, I mean, we had half an hour of warning leading into that race that it was going to happen. My regular driver, Rolf Bass, unfortunately wasn't able to make it. So basically, it was either have one car in the running or give it a go myself. And, you know, I'd driven the car at Shanghai a little bit. But this is a very different racetrack. So, yeah, I mean, I got it to the finish in both races because I've always been told never give up. But that was entertaining, shall we say.
It was a fantastic race to commentate on. You say 2 finishes, so for your debut in the series, you got to be happy with that. And is this the last time we'll see Sam Bagh-Sanson, or do you think he may be coming out again at some other point?
Do you know what? There was little glitters of hope in the early stages of both races to let me know that, you know, I could handle myself if I could just get on top of my own confidence. I think that's where I'm actually lacking, is my own confidence. The car is brilliant. You know, I love driving it. It's great fun. I'm just really nervous while driving it. And I think that's where my deficiency actually lies. I'm not very confident on the brakes in particular because I'm so, you know, close to locking up all the time. Even if I'm only about 30-40% on the brakes, I'm still, you know, closer to locking than I am. And that's where the car loses balance. But, you know, in the opening couple of laps, there was some great jostling for position at the back of the field, and there was some good overtakes at a couple of places. I had a magnificent battle with Nicolas at various points in the second race. Who was it? Nicolas Temerdis, I think it was. Fantastic driver. He did an absolutely brilliant job, and he gave me plenty of room, and we had a great little scrap there. But yeah, as a debut, I could have done so much better. But it definitely gave me some, you know, indication that if I get better and if I spend the next year testing, then I want to do it. You know, I've always wanted to do professional sim racing. That was my first professional sim race since Simply Race in the 24. Touring cars actually. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Anyone you'd like to thank, Jake, after your display today?
Do you know what? Yes. First of all, I need to thank Menno Klont for getting me set up in half an hour when he had to sort out his own race setup as well as mine. So a huge thank you to Menno. I wouldn't have got out without him. A big thanks as well, I suppose, goes to Scott Woodwis, you know, media marketing executive of the BRSCC. You know, his coaching of me over the last 18 months or so have actually made me such a better driver. I mean, I know that there was criticism about me in that race from a couple of people who didn't like that I didn't move out of the way on blue flags at the right time, and apologies to them. But you should have seen me 18 months ago. You know, I would not have set a lap under 2 minutes around the circuit were it not for for Scott's coaching. So, you know, a huge thank you to him for that, and to Simply Race as well, to all the boys there. They've, you know, given me opportunities to get much better, to the likes of Ben Turner, to Mike Yao, to Anthony Jordan, to Brad Philpott, to Callum Cripps, all the boys there. You know, I need to get down there a bit more often and drive this car a little bit more and get better at it. And who knows, you might see me return in about 2025. It's probably not going to be before then.
Thank you very much, Jake.
Cheers. Thank you.
Also, it looks like I've been joined by our championship leader, Magic Monet. Magic, a very interesting 2 races. How do you feel it went for you today?
I'm happy that finally my both races went without any trouble. Race 1 was a bit easy because I think that Menno's overtake on Liam gave me an easier way to win the race 1. But in second, I had more fight with other drivers, and it was entertaining. And I am happy that I didn't end in a wall and actually finished in third place, not far away from the winner.
Yeah, we saw in the second race you getting involved in some real battles, and the two races really couldn't have been much different. In the first race, you pulled away and had quite a big lead, and in the second one, you really had to fight. Which one did you enjoy more?
I think they are equal because both ended on very good places. I just can't pick.
And also going into the next round in Austria, you've had a first and a third place. That will help your championship lead, and coming into the Austria round give you a renewed confidence.
I like Austria, and I think I can win that one race at least, maybe two. But I don't want to put too much expectations on myself.
Now, is there anyone you'd like to thank today?
I want to thank all the guys with which I fought in race 2, because every fight was fair for me and no one crashed fighting with me. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. That is Maciej Milnik, first and third place in the races at Valencia. And I think that's all the interviews we have. So for me, Dan Blake, we've had David Frančić on cameras. It's a final goodbye. I don't know if David's got anything to say before we go, but yeah, we've seen two great races, and it really puts us on course for the Austrian rounds in May. And also, we've got other races coming up this week, of course, as well. So David has nothing to say. So I'll take this opportunity to say thank you for watching this broadcast, the GPVWC Formula Challenge. This has been round 7 and 8 from Valencia. I'm Dan Blake, and I'm saying goodbye from now and signing off. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night.